everybody, Low Carb Keith here. And I'm back in my kitchen and I'm getting ready to prepare another delicious low carb meal. But before we get started, I want to ask you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you can keep up with all the cooking videos that I put up and see what's going on in the kitchen. I would appreciate it. You know, I love chicken. And I eat a lot of chicken. And specifically chicken thighs. I like the dark meat just a little bit better. But sometimes it can get boring. So sometimes you have to kind of spice things up a little bit. So today I'm going to make a chicken dish made with chicken thighs that has a little bit of extra added to it. So it's really simple. It doesn't take long to put it all together. And so that's what I'm going to do today. It is a bacon and cheese chicken bake. Pretty simple. So let's take a look at all the things that we're going to use today. I have taken chicken thighs already and I have pounded them thin so it won't take too long to cook. I've also got 4 or 5 slices of bacon that I've already cooked and chopped up. I've got about a cup of shredded cheese. It can be any kind of shredded cheese that you want. This is actually Fiesta blend cheese. I have some green onions. I have about 2/3 of a cup of mushrooms. I've got some sliced cream cheese. These are little thin slices of cream cheese. And I've got salt and pepper. So those are the things that we're going to use to put in our dish. It's really, really simple and really, really easy. I have preheated the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's get started. All we have to do now is assemble the dish. So let me get my my casserole dish. And all we're going to do now is we're going to layer the chicken. And you can see I pounded it pretty thin. Layer the chicken on the bottom of the casserole dish. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to add, let's scoot that around. It doesn't matter if they overlap just a little bit. They will still cook. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper, just a little bit of salt and pepper to it, just to get a little flavoring. Sometimes I'll use a seasoning that I buy at the store that has, all different kinds of things in it. Okay. All right, that's what we're doing there. And then next we're going to take our bacon bits and just kind of spread them. This is not the kind of bacon bits you buy in the bag at the store, but this is bacon that I cooked earlier and kind of chopped up. One thing I discovered that is really easy, and it's a simple kind of kitchen hack, and that is once you get your bacon crispy, then instead of taking a knife to cut it up, take a pair of kitchen scissors or kitchen shears and just cut them up. Man, it is fast. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 or 3 of these onions, just a little bit. I don't want a lot of it, but just some of it. And I'm just going to put that in there. Okay, there's that. Take that and just kind of spread that around. You don't want too much, too oniony of a taste, but you want a little bit of a bite to it. So we're going to put that. I think I'm going to do one more onion. That ought to add a little flavor to it, a little bit more flavor. There we go. All right, there we go. Let's put that in there. Sprinkle that around. And next, we are going to take our mushrooms. The recipe that I saw for this didn't really call for mushrooms, but I like mushrooms. These are just button mushrooms. You could use any kind. You could use the cremini mushrooms if you wanted to. But I like mushrooms. It kind of fills you up, and I really like them. So we're going to do that and put that on there. And maybe, yeah, pretty good amount. There's probably 2/3 of a cup of mushrooms there. Okay, so we got the mushrooms there. And then we're going to take our cream cheese, which I've got here, and we're going to layer this. I'm not a big cream cheese fan. I sort of like it, so we're going to layer it over everything. Okay, they're fairly thin slices, and that cream cheese will kind of melt down and kind of spread once it melts. All right, there's our cream cheese. And then the last thing that we do is we take our shredded cheese, put that on top, and just kind of spread it all over. Like I said, this is about a cup, and it could be any kind of cheese that you want. You know, I was talking to my son about this, and he was asking me what I was going to make, and I told him, and he said, well, that's sort of like Alice Springs chicken, which is true. It is similar to it, but it's a little bit different. And there we have it. There is our there's our chicken bake that's ready to go in the oven. And so, like I said, I have set the temperature to 400 degrees, and it's preheated. So I am going to put that in there, and that stays in there for about 30 minutes. You know, it just depends on the thickness of the chicken, and my chicken was fairly thin, so that will stay in for about 30 minutes. And so we're going to put it in, and then we'll check on it in about 30 minutes. All right, it's been 30 minutes since I put the chicken in the oven, so I think it's probably ready. Let's take it out and let's take a look. Oh man, look at that. That looks so good. It really, really does. Yeah, the cheese is melted. The cream cheese isn't melted as much as I thought it would, but the other cheese is melted, and it looks like it's done. Normally I would test it now with a meat thermometer, but mine broke the other day, so I don't have one to test it. So I'm just going to take a piece out, give it a cut, and we'll see what it looks like. Let's take a piece out like that. Yeah, that's pretty thin, so. Oh my goodness. It is really, really juicy. So, but it looks good. Look at the chicken. Yeah, that chicken is done. That chicken is, and you can just spread that cream cheese around a little bit on it. Oh my goodness, I don't even think you need a fork to, a knife to cut this. So let's, know it's going to be hot. Let's take a taste of it. Take a little bit of a taste. See what we've got there. That is delicious. That is absolutely delicious. So, there you have it. Bacon and cheese chicken bake. Something a little bit different from regular normal thighs. That's really good. Tasty. Really tasty. So if you're looking for something quick and easy to make, this took about 10-15 minutes of prep time. Bake it for 30 minutes, so it's less than an hour, and you've got a great chicken dish that you can kind of spice things up with a little bit. So it's not kind of the same old every time, which is nice. And yesterday I made that mushroom risotto, and this will go absolutely perfect with it. So once again, folks, if you're on YouTube, click that subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And thanks for watching. We'll be back in a few days with another great low-carb, delicious meal.